"This island is full of secrets," he tells her, "but some things are meant to stay hidden." Lila ignores his words, her determination unshaken. She is confident the kingdom exists and she will find it. Lila stands at the edge of her village, the horizon stretching wide before her. Her eyes sparkle with the dream she has carried for as long as she can remember: to find the fabled hidden kingdom of Zanzibar and unlock the wealth it promises. Growing up in a small village with limited opportunities, Lila always felt there was something greater for her beyond the fields and the ocean. Stories of the mysterious kingdom fill her mind, stories whispered by travellers and merchants passing through. She knows that the journey ahead will be difficult, but the promise of riches fuels her determination. Her family, though loving, remains sceptical. "Why chase fairy tales, Lila?" her father asks, a worn man whose hands bear the marks of years of labour. "There is wealth in hard work, not in chasing fantasies." But Lila's heart is already set. She bids them farewell, her mother pressing a small, tattered map into her hands. It's the only clue she has, one she has treasured since childhood. With her pack slung over her shoulders, Lila turns her face toward the coast. The journey to Zanzibar awaits. Lila's journey begins with a boat ride across the shimmering waters of the Indian Ocean. She boards a modest fishing vessel that belongs to a friend of her father's. As the boat sways gently with the waves, she watches the coastline fade into the distance. The salty breeze fills her lungs, and for the first time, she feels the excitement of her adventure growing. This is no longer a dream, but her reality. The boat takes her to the bustling port of Dar es Salaam, where she plans to catch a larger ship to Zanzibar. As she navigates the crowded docks, filled with the scents of fresh fish and spices, Lila feels a surge of excitement. She is one step closer to her goal. Her eyes scan the ships anchored in the harbour, searching for the one that will take her across the sea. Her adventure is truly beginning, and she is eager to discover what lies ahead. After a long search, Lila finds a ship bound for Zanzibar. It's an old merchant vessel, sturdy and weathered by countless journeys. She boards with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. The ship's crew is a colourful mix of characters, but one man stands out to her immediately. Khalid, the ship's sailor, greets her with a warm smile as he helps her aboard. His gentle demeanour and kind eyes put her at ease. Throughout the voyage, Khalid tells her stories of the ocean and the many islands he has visited. His voice is calming, and Lila finds herself drawn to his quiet confidence. He is unlike anyone she has ever met. Khalid seems content with his life at sea, unbothered by the chase for wealth that drives her. Yet there's a spark in his eyes whenever he talks about the beauty of the ocean, the freedom of the waves. Lila wonders if she can ever understand the world the way Khalid does. As the ship sails towards Zanzibar, Lila spends most of her time on the deck, watching the vast ocean stretch out endlessly around them. The sun sets in brilliant hues of orange and pink, casting its reflection on the water. Khalid often joins her, pointing out constellations in the night sky or explaining the currents of the sea. His presence becomes a comfort to her, a quiet strength she begins to rely on. Despite the growing bond between them, Lila remains focused on her goal. The kingdom of Zanzibar, with all its promised riches, still looms in her thoughts. Khalid, on the other hand, speaks of happiness in the simple pleasures of life. "There's more to life than gold and treasure," he tells her one evening, his gaze on the horizon. But Lila isn't ready to accept that yet. For now, she continues to dream of the wealth that awaits her. Zanzibar appears on the horizon like a mirage, its shores lined with white sand beaches and swaying palm trees. As they dock, Lila is struck by the island's beauty. The air is filled with the sweet scent of spices, and the sound of distant music drifts through the warm breeze. Lila feels a surge of excitement. This is the place where she will find the hidden kingdom. The stories of its treasures flash through her mind as she steps onto the island. Khalid helps her with her bags, offering to guide her through the island. "I've been here many times," he says with a smile. Lila appreciates his offer, knowing that the island is vast and the hidden kingdom remains elusive. Together, they begin their exploration of Zanzibar, unaware that the island holds more than just material treasures. The path ahead is full of unexpected twists, and the lessons Lila will learn may be far from what she anticipated. Lila takes out the map her mother gave her. It's old and faded, with vague markings indicating the Hidden Kingdom's location, somewhere in the heart of the island. Khalid examines the map with curiosity. "This island is full of secrets," he tells her, "but some things are meant to stay hidden." Lila ignores his words, her determination unshaken. She is confident the kingdom exists and she will find it. They begin their trek through the island's dense jungles, guided by the cryptic markings on the map. The path is challenging, but Lila presses forward, her eyes always on the goal. Khalid, ever patient, follows, though his focus seems to be more on ensuring her safety than on finding the treasure. As they move deeper into the island, the landscape shifts, revealing ancient ruins and hidden paths. Lila's excitement grows. She is getting closer. The jungle becomes thicker as Lila and Khalid move deeper into the heart of Zanzibar. The air is humid, and the sounds of birds and distant animals fill the air. Lila's heart races with each step, convinced that the hidden kingdom is just beyond the next ridge. The map shows an ancient symbol that seems to align with a large rock formation in the distance. Lila points it out, eager to investigate. Khalid, however, seems more cautious. "Some things aren't meant to be found," he warns. Lila brushes off his concerns, determined to uncover the kingdom's secrets. They continue on, but as the sun begins to set, they realise they're deeper into the jungle than they expected. Khalid suggests setting up camp for the night, but Lila's mind races with anticipation of what they might find the next day. That night, they set up camp in a clearing, the stars shining brightly overhead. Lila lies awake, the excitement of the day making it hard to sleep. The idea of finding the hidden kingdom and the wealth it holds is the only thing on her mind. Khalid, on the other hand, seems more relaxed, content with the beauty of the night. He points out constellations, telling Lila stories of the stars and the legends of the sailors who used them to navigate. As Khalid speaks, Lila finds herself mesmerised by his words, her thoughts momentarily drifting away from the treasure. There's a warmth in his presence, a peace that she hasn't felt before. For the first time, Lila wonders if there's more to this journey than the hidden kingdom. But before she can dwell on the thought, she falls asleep, her dreams filled with visions of gold and kingdoms. The next morning, Lila wakes with renewed energy. They continue their trek through the jungle, following the map's clues. After hours of walking, they come across a hidden path, covered in vines and overgrown with trees. Lila's heart leaps. This must be the way to the kingdom. Khalid, however, hesitates. "Are you sure about this?" he asks, his voice filled with concern. Lila nods, her determination unwavering. Together, they push through the dense foliage, the path becoming narrower and more treacherous with each step. The jungle seems to close in around them, but Lila refuses to turn back. She knows she is close to something, though what that is remains a mystery. At the end of the hidden path, Lila and Khalid come upon an ancient stone gateway, partially hidden by the jungle. It's massive, covered in intricate carvings that tell stories of forgotten kings and queens. Lila's heart pounds in her chest. This must be the entrance to the hidden kingdom. She approaches the gateway with a mix of awe and excitement. Khalid, however, remains cautious. "This place feels old, Lila," he says, his voice low. "Older than anything I've seen." But Lila is undeterred. She places her hand on the stone, tracing the carvings with her fingers. There's a sense of history here, of something powerful lying beyond the gate. With a deep breath, She pushes open the heavy doors, ready to uncover what lies within. As the ancient gateway creaks open, Lila and Khalid step into a vast, forgotten city hidden deep within the jungle. Towering stone buildings covered in vines and moss stand as silent sentinels to a lost era. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and mystery. Lila's eyes widen as she takes in the sight. This must be the hidden kingdom she's been searching for. Khalid stands beside her, his expression unreadable. "This place has been untouched for centuries," he says quietly. "It feels like a tomb." But Lila is too enthralled to notice his apprehension. Her dreams of wealth seem within reach. "This is it," she whispers, stepping forward into the heart of the city. The streets are deserted, and there is no sign of life, but the aura of something powerful remains. Lila can feel it in her bones. Her destiny lies here. The further they explore the hidden kingdom, the more Lila realizes how ancient the city is. The buildings are crumbling, but they speak of a time when this place must have thrived. Statues of long-forgotten rulers line the streets, their faces carved in stone, frozen in time. Lila feels a sense of awe, imagining the wealth and power that once existed here. But as they venture deeper into the city, Khalid grows uneasy. "What happened to the people who lived here?" he asks, his voice filled with concern. Lila pauses. The thought hadn't occurred to her until now. There is no sign of life, no people, no animals. It's as if the city was abandoned overnight. "Maybe they left for a reason," Khalid continues, glancing around warily. But Lila is determined. She believes the kingdom's treasure must be hidden somewhere within the ruins, and she won't leave without it. Lila's persistence pays off when, after hours of searching, she spots something glinting in the shadows of an old palace. Her heart races as she rushes toward it. Hidden beneath a pile of rubble is a golden crown encrusted with jewels. Lila gasps, lifting it into the light. The weight of the crown in her hands feels like the fulfillment of her dreams. Khalid, standing nearby, watches her with a conflicted expression. "You found what you were looking for," he says softly, but there is no joy in his voice. Lila too begins to feel a strange emptiness. The crown is beautiful, but holding it doesn't bring her the rush of excitement she expected. It's just a cold, heavy object. As she slips the crown into her bag, she wonders if this is truly the treasure she's been seeking. As night falls, Lila and Khalid set up camp within the palace ruins. Lila can't stop thinking about the crown. Though she has found it, an unsettling feeling lingers in her mind. Khalid's earlier words echo in her ears. What happened to the people of this kingdom? There's an unnatural stillness in the air, as if the city itself is holding its breath. Suddenly, Khalid breaks the silence. "Do you think the treasure is cursed?" he asks, his voice low. Lila laughs at the notion, but the thought sticks with her. The stories of hidden kingdoms often come with dark legends. Could there be more to this city than she realizes? As she drifts off to sleep, she dreams of the kingdom as it once was, alive, bustling with people, and filled with gold. But in her dream, the gold turns to dust, and the people vanish into the shadows. The next morning, Lila is more determined than ever to find more treasure. The crown is just the beginning, she tells herself. But Khalid seems distant, his usual calm demeanour replaced with concern. "We should leave this place, Lila," he says. "Something about this city feels wrong. There's no life here, only memories." Lila brushes off his warnings, focused only on her goal. She feels that she's on the verge of something great and refuses to turn back now. As they continue their search, Khalid's words linger in the back of Lila's mind. She can't deny that the city feels eerie, as though they are being watched by unseen eyes. But her desire for wealth drives her forward. She knows there's more to uncover, and she won't leave until she finds it. Khalid, ever loyal, stays by her side, though his reluctance grows with each passing hour. After a day of wandering through the ruins, Lila and Khalid stumble upon what appears to be the entrance to the palace's vault. It's hidden beneath layers of ivy and rubble, but the ornate carvings on the door hint at the treasures that lie within. Lila's heart pounds with excitement as they begin to clear the debris. This is what she's been waiting for, the vault that holds the wealth of the kingdom. Khalid, however, remains hesitant. "Are you sure you want to do this?" he asks, his voice filled with doubt. But Lila is too close to give up now. Together, they pry open the heavy stone door, revealing a dark, cavernous space beyond. The air inside is musty, filled with the scent of ancient stone and forgotten riches. Lila steps inside, her eyes wide with anticipation. This is it, the moment she's been dreaming of. Inside the vault, Lila is met with a sight that takes her breath away. Piles of gold coins, jeweled artifacts, and priceless treasures fill the room. It's more wealth than she ever imagined. Her hands tremble as she picks up a gold coin, letting it slip through her fingers. This is the fortune she has been seeking, the wealth that will change her life forever. But as she explores the vault, something feels off. The treasures are old, untouched for centuries, yet there's an air of decay about them. Khalid stands at the entrance watching her. "We should leave this place," he says quietly. "Something about it isn't right." But Lila can't tear herself away from the riches. She feels as though she's finally found what she's been searching for all her life. Yet, deep down, she wonders why the wealth doesn't bring her the joy she expected. Lila begins gathering some of the treasure, stuffing her bag with gold and jewels. She feels the weight of it pressing against her. But instead of the exhilaration she anticipated, there's a growing heaviness in her heart. Khalid watches her silently, his eyes filled with sadness. "Is this really what you wanted?" he asks gently. Lila pauses, the question catching her off guard. For the first time, Lila considers his words. She had always thought that wealth would bring her happiness. But standing here, surrounded by riches, she feels emptier than ever. The treasures are beautiful, but they are cold, lifeless. Lila glances at Khalid, realizing that throughout this journey, it wasn't the gold that had brought her comfort, but his presence. The realization unsettles her, and she wonders if she's been chasing the wrong dream all along. As they prepare to leave the vault, Lila is faced with a difficult decision. The treasure she has gathered weighs heavily in her bag, but so does the growing sense of doubt in her heart. Khalid's gentle eyes watch her as she struggles with her thoughts. "You don't need all of that to be happy, Lila," he says softly. "Happiness isn't found in gold. It's found in the people you care about." Lila's heart clenches at his words. She knows he's right, but it's hard to let go of the dream she's held onto for so long. The Hidden Kingdom, the wealth, it had been her only goal for years. Now, standing in this forgotten city with Khalid beside her, she realizes that maybe her happiness lies not in the treasures of the past, but in the present and the bond she has formed. She faces the vault once more, a choice looming before her. With a deep breath, Lila turns away from the vault. The treasures, once the focus of her dreams, now seem insignificant in comparison to what she has found in Khalid and the journey they've shared. She looks at Khalid, his expression soft and full of understanding. "I don't need this," she says quietly, dropping the last piece of gold she held in her hand. "This treasure won't bring me what I truly want." Khalid smiles warmly, his gentle spirit reassuring her that she's made the right choice. Together, they leave the vault and the Hidden Kingdom behind, walking out of the jungle and back toward the shore. As they step into the sunlight, Lila feels lighter than she has in years. She may not have the riches she once sought, but she has found something far more valuable. Love, friendship, and the realization that true happiness comes from within. Back on the shore, they watch the waves roll in. Lila feels at peace, her heart full in a way it never was when she chased after gold. "Thank you," she says to Khalid, "for helping me see what truly matters." Khalid simply nods, content in the shared silence. The horizon stretches before them, a new journey waiting, not for wealth or fame, but for a life filled with meaning, love, and joy. True wealth is not measured by the gold we collect or the treasures we seek, but by the love we give and the happiness we find in life's simple moments. Sometimes, the greatest riches are those we discover within ourselves. Thank you for joining Lila and Khalid on their journey through the Hidden Kingdom of Zanzibar. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting adventures. What would you do if you found a hidden treasure? Let us know in the comments below. Your feedback helps us create more stories that you love, so don't forget to share your thoughts and stay tuned for more.